There we are, shuffle, shuffle. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get started in just a moment. It's good to have you. We've got a Horizon. Silly Chickens, I'm liking that name. Hello there, Jess. Good to have you, man. Good to see you guys. Right, so I just got the turn. I'm going to be doing the THG turn either after this, depending if I'm still awake, or tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow, more than likely. Got a lot more time tomorrow, which is good. Right, okay. How you doing there, Ove Cato Borsheim? Right. Be interested to see what happens today, as it ever is. I've named this one The Adventures of the I-25 because she's been having like a lot of success really lately, which has been nice, very nice. We did see during the last turn that she had detected 3 AKs heading west. They'd changed course, but I've sent her to trying to intercept. So who knows? Ideally, we get to intercept a few more AKs out there. It didn't suggest that there was an escort with the AKs. I mean, that could be completely wrong. But who knows? I mean, it'd be nice to find some unescorted AKs, really. Hail the battling bastards of Makassar. Yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. I'm honestly rather amazed that that went on for so long. That was absolutely insane. Who knows there, just? Ideally, it's one of his, though. Alright, speaking of characters, we haven't seen them for a good long while now. Has been quite some time. We do have DMSs over at Truck. He did lay some mines at Truck last time, which was rather intriguing. So thankfully, we did have 2 DMSs that arrived as well as of that day. We have another 4 that were in port. So we're going to be running to make sure that Truck is clear of mines. We're going to continue to prepare for the Wake invasion. That's going to be going ahead in the the next few days, really. We've got another 2 Naval Guard units that will be arriving at Truck shortly. Yeah, there we are. So we see mines. Okay. Still a sub in there. A couple more mines being detected and swept. Yeah, so he's definitely going for it. That's quite a lot of mines there. Very useful, very useful. Yes, the units, the bloody arseholes who were in, to the north of Makassar finally did surrender. That was rather annoying, but hey-ho. But yeah, quite a few mines there. It's good that we've been on it so much, but there are a number of DD SW groups in Truck itself, the actual hex of Truck. So he's been fortunate that he hasn't been depth charged yet. We shall see. Yeah, he's loaded his subs with mines. So we see the Destroyer Escort out here. Would rather they didn't take the actual shot against the Destroyer Escort, frankly. So 2 Destroyer Escorts. He's been trying to hunt us out this way. Oh, look at that bitch! Yes! Yama takes a torpedo there. The I-25 continues her merry adventures. A 2nd torpedo in there. Oh, very nice there, the Yoma. Can anybody identify what class the Yoma was? It looked like a larger AK. But we're going to continue over here. I mean, it looks like there's still ships in that area. It looks like we didn't encounter an escort, so we'll continue. Hopefully the I-25 does engage again. She goes down there as well, so that is the Yoma going down. I'd imagine she's probably empty, considering she's coming out of path, but not necessarily so. But that's quite good. Quite happy about the Yoma. Okay. Allied Naval Force is surprised. Indeed they are. Yeah. We decided it was about time that we finally went for these ships out of here that have been hanging around the southern end of Mindanao. It feels very strange to have this map mod. Well, no, sorry. And to have the game in vanilla. I've forgotten what everything looks like, so it looks almost like it's all new again. Okay. Speed this up. Obviously, they're going to be defeated here. It had been suggesting for a while that there was a tanker in there, so who knows. It might actually be in the port itself, though. They're taking quite a lot of damage there. I like the effects. The explosion effects look quite cool there. Maybe it's because I'm actually seeing them up close. I've just never seen them before. A Dominion L clash. Yeah, they're usually quite big then, aren't they? How much is that worth? And welcome there, Parmentier. Good to have you. Also seen the Yanan over there. Seeing his ships continue to close in there on Tulagi. Right now, it's quite good to actually get a hold of the AKs there. I mean, we've actually hit two... Well, we sank one AK. We hit another AK. We sank an AP or an AK. Yeah, there we go. So still seeing assets there. He's probably escorting, but hopefully can continue to track them down. 12 VP. That's pretty nice then, really. Pretty nice. Yeah, it's helpful that we are sinking those ships because, well, he's going to have a very large merchant marine, really, as do we. But every little helps. Endurance of wow, 16,800. That's a nice ship. How you doing there, G? Good to have you. Right, so we are attacking the assets out here then. So this is the B5N2s. Attacking the Yanan. So Yanan there takes a torpedo. And he will see that he cannot come in. A second torpedo. Third torpedo. Fourth torpedo. Yeah, she's dead. She's dead. Yeah, she's pretty dead there. Yanan goes down, yep, I can imagine. Yeah, she didn't have much of a chance there. And we do have the Key 21 2As. I'm looking forward to seeing how effective they are. I believe it was a Vulcan who pointed out... Oh, was it Vulcan? I think it might have been a Vulcan last session. Who pointed out that they can be quite effective. And yeah, it looks like they are quite effective. I just hadn't had a chance to really use them in clear terrain at low altitudes on that sort of mission. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well they can do. Using them over here as well. How you doing there, G? No, he's not going to head to truck there, just. Yanan is 5 VP. That's not insignificant, that's quite nice. Yeah, can't help it. Right, bombing these units here. It's good experience for them, really. They were trained beforehand. I thought, well, that's some a good opportunity to train and just cause some bloody damage to these arseholes. There's not many actual men there. It's like two small, like, essentially tiny base forces left. But bombing might be able to destroy them. So another 42 there. So not doing bad at all then, really. Right, so there's still another actual task force here, which is interesting, but we're going to go ahead and hit the runway here. That's interesting to see there's another ship there. We only saw the Yanan. Yeah, well, that's very true, isn't it, really? Alright. That's looking more effective here today. Airbase hitting a few runway hits. While Lily's coming in there. Right, so we have seen SB3s here. Now, they don't have an escort. They are following... Oh, there we go, shooting them down with flak there. Yeah, there's a lot of AA in this in this hex, as you can well imagine. If he's coming in low, he's going to get really chewed up by that flak. So that's going to slow us down somewhat. It depends on who he bombed, or if he bombed any of them. They're all following the 25th Division. I had kind of expected something like that to happen. We're using the Key 43s to actually escort airfield attacks against the airfield at Kilgore. Right, we're now reconnaissance of Awake. Right, moving into the PM. It'd be nice if we could sync whatever else was next to Port Moresby, but we're not seeing it right now, unless it's just not being shown at this moment in time, which could be very likely. Still seeing a couple allied submarines hanging around, the usual haunts. Okay. At the 23rd. Oh, did it say the 23rd? Right. So we've got a couple coming in here. Not as many as I would have. I only sent about 20%, but I expected a little bit more than 3 to come in there. Yeah. No, I mean, that's a bit expected there, G. But what we'll do then is just obviously go higher. Okay, that's not bad. They've got plenty of time to carry on bombing anyway. Oh, it's thunderstorms of the target. Okay, so fair enough. But it's good to see that there is no AA there, but you can see they're causing casualties, so that's nice. I'd imagine it would be better when there's not the thunderstorms. But again, good practice for them, really. Alright. So move in there. Okay, so we see the S-36. We're essentially hunting her at this moment in time, with the PVs here. Okay. Ooh, that's a big tanker. Oh no! Oh, we missed. God damn it! I wanted that. I wanted that so bad. I wanted that so bad. But she's still in the area. We might get another shot tomorrow, but at least we know there's a tanker there. It would have been very nice if sank that, to be honest. Would have been very nice. Oh well, the I-25's been doing great though, I mean, in all fairness. Magway. Okay. I didn't think this would actually cause a shock attack with the tank unit crossing over. That's, I didn't actually want that to happen. I'm a little bit surprised considering that we had all the AV here. I thought if we had a sufficient number of AV, then it would have caused a shock attack. I guess my misunderstanding there was flawed. Sorry, my understanding was flawed there, but I guess we'll take Magway today. Which I didn't really want to do right now. Yeah, I mean, okay, they surrender, which is nice. Other one retreats. Yeah, I didn't really want to catch it, that's the only problem. I hope we've taken it intact. I'm surprised, actually. I didn't think it would actually cause a shock attack there. Interesting. And a second over here. And it's not a problem. I mean, we would have done it at some point in the future anyway. I just was hoping to, I don't know, I was thinking probably do it later on. But, well, I guess we'll have it anyway. I just worry about it being bombed, but we'll just obviously move assets there to protect it. So we had 5 vehicles listed, lost there, 1 destroyed, however, 4 disabled, but we inflict 1,071 casualties, and that unit is destroyed there. So 32 squads destroyed, 67 non-combatants destroyed, 2 engineers destroyed, so that unit is obviously gone there. Yeah, indeed. So we can carry on then to the next phase. Right. Shock attack over here. Against the 1st Chinese Corps, 95 to 5. They continue to retreat. So they go into the mountains, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. We take no casualties on our end. We inflict 1,179. And yeah, here we are. We have our deliberate attack. So you can see there's quite a few stronger cores over here. So this is going to be one of those where it might take a while to grind through him, which is not wholly unexpected. I'd love to see what sort of situation he supplies in. I can't imagine it's great. Okay. I mean, that's a particularly strong core. These ones are particularly strong cores. Quite a lot of AV there, actually. So, we'll see how we do. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of AV there. Ooh, wow. That was really nasty for us, then. That was a really bad roll there. So, 8,289 there. Most are disabled. That's really bad, though. Wow. Yeah, it looks like we had a really shitty roll there. Yeah, we tend to get these really shitty rolls every now and then, but that was a really shitty roll. Well, I guess it happens. Well, disabled can be recovered. That's a little bit annoying, though, because we have had some shitty rolls around this area. Oh, well. 515 there. They're holding out surprisingly well. Surprisingly well there. 106 squads destroyed, so that's not too bad this time around. Right, attacking over here. So you see the 17th Group Army and 11th Chinese Corps. 13 to 1 there, 97 to 7. Be nice if they were just destroyed, but it's not going to happen, I'd imagine. So they retreat towards Yunnan, so they're going to go across that road, okay. I mean, he'll be able to move quick now. Well, quicker. But we have to keep attacking. Right, so 29 there. We have our deliberate attack over here then. We are attacking with another one. There's a lot of disruption on the 37th and the 12/B. Has he made it across? No, okay. I just wonder when he's going to make it across here. He hasn't made it yet, so I'm intrigued by that. But I'm going to keep attacking. He may be driven out. I'd love him to be driven out here. Small units. I'm not a massive fan of the shock attacks. There are times when I will use them, but they are fairly rare. Thank you very much there, Jaguar, for the follow. Okay, so they're still suffering from low supply, which is always a good thing here. So we take 125 casualties. We inflict 544. We are destroying assets of his force here now, which is good. So he has 110. Well, the thing is, with the shock attacks is you do get the, like, 2 rounds of fire from the enemy. There's not many instances where that actually matters, but I like to go with deliberate attacks for the most part because they don't usually lead to anything tremendously bad. Casualties are usually conservative, while they're usually fairly decent. Shock attacks can be great. They can also be bad. Okay, like for example here, it's like I went for the deliberate attack and we got 93, and we'd have won that anyway. But I wonder, would we have taken more damage? We might have inflicted more damage, but I'm happy to take less damage and still win. So that's pretty good there. Fairly busy day of battles then so far, isn't it? Quite a few across China at this moment in time. I'm surprised they held out, actually. But I'd imagine they're... Yeah, interesting. So they had 13 AV there, we destroyed 19. So that's interesting. Right, we are attacking again over here. Yeah, well, I mean, this is it. The big oof is not really that much of an oof. Like, disabled units suck, but they can be recovered and they still fight in the defense. It lowers our AV. I mean, I would have preferred to have been able to defeat him there. But we knew it was a lot of AV. I mean, that's what I want to point out. Is there's, I think, twice as many men north of Hankow as there are at Kianko. Right, so 133 casualties, 130 inflicted there. Yeah, it looks like they're going to break at some point soon, but there's a lot of base forces here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually transporting them to Surabaya. Attacking over here again, yep. So we'll take Malang today, then it looks like, which is quite good. And then we'll have Surabaya actually cut off and... Oh, what? Really? What? Okay, that happened. How you doing there, Scurvy? This is a different series, yes, indeed. I can try. I'm just not a big fan of shock attacks. I do much prefer the deliberate attacks. There are instances where I will use shock attacks. There we go. Panamachino, Jima, fine. Okay, fair enough. Couldn't call telling her to fortify, but hey ho. Right, Bankalis expands to airfield size 1. Where's Bankalis? I can't even remember where that is. Well, yeah, nice turn, nice turn. But indeed, Scurvy, we are at the 7th of March in this game. There we go. Yeah, I sent them there to Singapore to go ahead and upgrade. So those are for Bookies, I do believe. Yeah, indeed. There we go. Not too bad at all then. Coming in well there. Coming in well there, G. A well? Coming well there? Coming on well, that's what I'm trying to say. Well, I've just started. Next week, aka tomorrow, will be my first actual proper week of university. I got Japanese language 1A tomorrow. Then 1B Tuesday. Is it 1A tomorrow? No, I think I've got history tomorrow. No man, I've got history tomorrow. Yeah. Off to a great start. Okay. But yeah, it's tough, but it'll be worthwhile. There we are. What was spotted near Perth? We'll take a look at that shortly. How you doing there, monkey? My old Gary. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is with that just, it's like that force should have surrendered anyway. And, well, the longer the battle went on, I think I did a shock attack on the last attack. I don't know, I just prefer deliberate attacks. I mean, people are always going to say, well, why don't shock attack? Or when I shock attack, why not deliberate attack? I like deliberate attacks because they're just usually They don't often go wrong terribly, and that's what I like. They're reliable. Mostly reliable is the reason why I do like them. Well, you say... Don't worry too much about that, G. Like, disabled... Oh god, it's laggy. Yeah. I need to get this bloody database thing sorted. Need to just, like... I've just not had the time recently. Just need to get it bloody sorted, though, so the game, like, doesn't get laggy like that. If you could do me a favour, Infinite Monkey, could you maybe look into which database that we can actually use and then we can get it sorted? Because it does seem to be causing some issues there. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we had to conduct that battle. So we'll see over here, then. Alright. Okay. So the divisions, then. 70-40 OE, 91-79, 88. Some of these divisions had been in battles previously as well, so they weren't at full strength. But yeah, we're still sitting here at 18-20, so 18-12, sorry. So we did have a lot of AV actually removed as effective attack. It's still there, it just needs to be recovered. But we'll recover them. It didn't say anything about minor supply. I don't think I saw that. But I can't imagine his supply situation is going to be great. There's a nice bunch of mines there. Thereabouts. But yeah, it was a bad roll as well. Very bad roll. Very, very bad roll. We've not had a bad roll like that. I mean, this is it. We had, what, 2,467 AV base. So our AV was effectively cut in half there, more or less. That's a bad roll. That's a bad roll. While his was actually increased, but that makes sense due to the actual terrain there. Doesn't say anything about supply, but I can't imagine he has much in the way of supply. No, not a great roll for us. But still, you gotta crack a few eggs and make an omelette. How long will your tanks take to cross the river near Chengdu? Chengdu? Where's Chengdu? Are you talking about this horse? Yeah, I'll take a look at the losses here in 1 second. Right, so he loses 2 SB3s today. We have a Fanni that goes down to Ops, Oscar to Ops, a H6K2 Elmos to Ops, which is unfortunate, a B5 and 2K to Ops. So it's mostly just Ops losses for us today, really. Yeah, I'll take a look at that in a sec there. Chickens. I like that name. Right, last turn. So yeah, the big one was Yoma. That's a nice big ship there, the Dominion L cargo class. It would have been nice to have got that tanker as well, but not a bad day. It's been a while since we sank a few ships, actually. It's been a fairly nice day, actually. Yeah. But they hit the ship. It's a shame that they had the ops losses, actually. Right, so let's take a look over here, then. Okay, so 23rd was pushed into combat mode. But yeah, this is... So obviously what we'll do then is we'll run the, I mean, we could run the key 43s, but in fairness, I don't mind. So we're inevitably going to arrive there. Even if we're marching in combat mode, we'd still make... Are we on major or secondary roads? We're on secondary roads, aren't we? So in combat mode, you make about half that. So it's one of those. I'd rather march in the movement mode. I mean, what are we at now? Let's see. We should have been at 30, so we're 7 miles down. Might take us an extra turn or two, depends. I can put some actual fighters above there. Issues, I'm lacking some bloody reconnaissance out here, which is rather annoying. I just don't want to throw too much out here with actual cover, especially if we're using the bombers. I don't want to have the bombers without cover. Looks like he's moved a bomber there. I know he has some fighters around here, so I just don't want to have them fly to the teeth of flying tigers, if you get me. Okay, so he didn't attack here. We have our supply situation, which is good. Right, so they're going to recover. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, I'll take a look at that in a second, actually. I didn't intend to take that, frankly. So we had 1 wounded in action and 1 killed in action today. So Magway. Okay, well, we've got it more or less intact. We're only lacking 6 oil there and 2 in the way refineries. So there we go. Pretty nice, to be honest. Just a little bit to repair, then we're good to go. Do you think he even has the Flying Tigers there? Possibly. I'm not too sure. I mean, this is it. We know there's a number of fighters here, but I can't be certain where they are. But yeah, that's a nice haul there. Not too surprised considering the shit amount of AV we had here. I would have preferred to have not taken it though today, frankly. I do have aviation support here. I mean, this is a problem. I would have preferred to have gotten more aviation support out there before attacking it. I've got some. It's just my worries of this over here at Chitagong. But fighters... it's one of those. It doesn't seem to have many bombers in the way. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, we would have got that more or less at some point anyhow. I just wanted to wait. I just didn't think that would actually trigger the attack there. So that's something I'm going to take into consideration. But well, the 5th Division can continue to move on now, so that's not too bad, I guess. Well, I'm going to have aircraft moved here to the base directly. I just have to think about that one. Okay. Yes, it does, yes. It just plays the Allied forces as like the entire Allied forces, really. That's the way to look at it. I'm going to have these guys actually head down here to Rangoon. I can move them out via rail to where they need to be then. Right, I need to get a unit to take that. There's a unit moving there. It's annoying that we have to deal with that. Well. Something I've noticed out here for the last few days is we haven't seen any sign of Royal Navy, which is interesting. I'm just wondering if that's due to the weather or whether it's actually him being up to something. And him being up to something is very likely. I could do again some more supply out here to Coco's Island, actually. I'm going to be preparing to take Christmas Island IO. I think I ran some reconnaissance over here, but it looks like we haven't got it today. Well, I do have some paratroopers over here, so I'm going to probably use paratroopers to capture it then. Oh, saying that, there's no airfield, so never mind. Well, this is it. We're not seeing them out here. We're not seeing them right now, so it's a little bit concerning. But not all that bad, really. Okay, let's take a look here then. So I do have a tank regiment. I think what I might go ahead and do is actually have a tank regiment move back. Well, move it this way. Possibly. It'd be nice to take these bases out here. I do have a tank regiment there, so I think I'll have that tank regiment continue. I'm going to have this one sent this way, so I'm going to have it sent down here to Prome. It'll not take too long to get down there due to the actual major roads. But the reason why I want it to ultimately head over this way is so it can actually make use of, well, its anti-tank capabilities. How you doing there, Haspen? Good to have you, my friend. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we'll need to capture them all, really. It should be done. These guys are slowly making their way across here. Okay. Be nice to get some AA out here, really. That'll really be nice and useful in China. See, the issue therefore is I'd love to do that, but it just takes so long. Infantry move slowly in terrible terrain like that, but armored units move even slower. Some big mortars there. Well, I mean, this is it. We'll have fighters there to cover it. Alright, they remain there. They can remain there. How you doing there, Hilt? Good to have you, man. Okay, so we're just moving out then. Well, this is it. As far as it goes, Akyab would be nice. There are bases in that area that would be nice, but the issue then... Well, I mean, Akyab or Ramri might be good. That being built up somewhat might be very useful, because then at least it gives us range on Calcutta. So with that, it's an interesting one, really. Of course, what we're looking to do here then is move into China. As G says there, the issue is if we take a base, and it's a temptation, and this is it, we're then on the roads here. Let's see then, do I have anything AA-wise? No, not really. I might be able to round up some AA from somewhere to be moved out there. That's why I didn't want to take Magway today, to be honest. I mean, it's good to have it, don't get me wrong there, it's great to have it. It's just we have to go about defending it now. Which is easier said than done. I'm not going to repair the refineries right now. Yeah, Palembang does have a lot of AA. But it's also the greatest centre of oil production, so we'll have to balance things out. I know, but we'll be concerned with that another day. Okay. So this is over here then, but we'll arrive there shortly. Imperial Guard making good headway too. I forgot how strong the 5th Division was. I mean, that's some pretty beefy power there. Yeah. There's AA around, but what you've got to think is, taking AA from Palembang, it does take a long while to get there. There will be other sources of AA. The AA will be moved around. Obviously, it's fairly concentrated at Palembang at the moment, but it's not a tremendously bad thing to actually have concentrated AA. Can we see the experience of the Imperial Guard? Sure. Yeah, I'd like that hill. I can't recall what that experience was beforehand, but the 5th Division has some of the highest experience. They're at 90 and 98 there, so the 5th Division is a very good division. Very, very good division. Looking forward to making use of them out here in China. Yeah, the 5th stands head and shoulders among the best of our divisions. I think there is a better one out there, but there's not many that are better. And these guys, I mean, they have 62 experience. These are at 82. The Japanese divisions are mostly good, but there are some ones that definitely do stand out there. Can you upgrade any land units? There's not really any land units beyond maybe aviation that I'd be looking to upgrade at this moment in time. There might be, but I can't think of any I particularly want to upgrade at this moment in time, really. No, I disagree there, just. I'm going to have to get a better nickname there. Love France. I'll just say love France. Strategy love. There you go. Okay. Oh, damn, they made really great time there. Okay. I didn't think they'd make it there. If they get to attack, I'd be really happy. That'd be really good, man. Okay. So I'm going to continue with the bombing attacks then. Looking forward to seeing them working out. Then moving on, so they'll arrive tomorrow. If there was another unit in here, I could tell them to continue marching, but there's not, so they'll make it here tomorrow, then that'll be okay. Right, moving in there. 51st Division marching up that way. No, so that was the only outlier in terms of casualties, but in fairness, it's not too bad. We've had some bad rolls, really. Well, actually, no, we've had a couple bad rolls, haven't we? Out here. Strange rolls out this way, too. Ah, well. It comes as part of the package, really, doesn't it? When you have the RNG factor. Right, it's moving there. We can attack. And will do. Ah, good. I think I'd like... I mean, I could have them potentially flown in, but there's a lot of elements that can't be moved like that. There's not really... Yeah, the only airfields over here that are actually worthwhile in this area would be those at Chungking. I don't think I really... I mean, I could potentially make use of this at Kianko, but I could just fly in like a aviation koi to make use of like light bombers or something like that. Okay. Really trying to break him here. So irritating. Right. So they can head back. I don't believe there's a road there. No, there's no road there. And so that'll take a fair while. So what I'll have to do is obviously just move like a small unit there. But they're not going to be a problem for a fair while. So we'll head back down this way. Okay. It is quite fortunate that there are roads there. Right, we arrived here. Go for that deliberate. Now, where they are... Yeah, so it's going to take a fair while. Might as well just march onto the base. It is worth nothing. But, yeah, his supply situation is not going to be great. He has no base there, so the supply will be within the units themselves. It's interesting, though, he had a large body of men there. But, I mean, so do we, but then again, this is it. I mean, we had a fairly unsuccessful attack, which kind of sucks, but it's going to use supply. So, he's even less likely to be able to attack, and inevitably will defeat him. But, I mean, that's a lot of power. I mean, as we saw, that's like 2,000 plus AV there. That's 2,000 AV that could have been really causing havoc elsewhere. I mean, obviously we're fixed with 2,000, which is a bit of an annoyance, isn't it, really? Because I wanted that to have been more successful, but what can you do? Can't win them all. Okay, we're going to deliberate here. I think we've got him effectively trapped there. Yeah, we own every hex side, so he's effectively trapped there. Back tomorrow? I don't know. It depends, really. They're not too far away from supplies, major roads. There's a headquarters in there. And it'll take a while, but it'll eventually be recoverable. Yeah, exactly. But there's indeed a lot of men there. We'll attack there. We'll attack again here then. Now, I think I did see low supply here. So this is 87, 49, 27 for 34th. Low supply, okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of those situations where I actually will go for a shock attack. Okay. Well, I mean, this is it. They're effectively neutralized anyway. It's like it doesn't matter how strong they are because they're not in the right positions. And I can't imagine they have much in the way of supply. I'm surprised that he did have supply there, but it does make sense because he would keep them in the actual units. But there we go. It's a threat that's effectively checked. Doesn't make it any less of a loss, but it's one of those things. But each battle does cost some supply too. And each city that we do take does push him closer and closer to that point of oblivion. Okay. So he's moving that way, which is intriguing. How you doing there, Mike? Yeah, I'm not too sure there, Mike. I think it's very hard to really say what Dadman's doing, because he's not daft. He understands how this works. He understands how the land warfare works. I just think it's the fact that he elects to not do it. And it's concerning almost as much as him electing to, I don't know, have like an offensive or something like that. I don't know, maybe he's just not that interested in the land game, which in fairness, okay. Let's take a look over here then. 15655, 6957. It's hard to say. I'd love to ask him one day, like, how come he didn't really do that much in China? But we need to win first. Then we'll ask. Okay, so we'll launch an attack here tomorrow. Okay. They're preparing for Sining. Moving the headquarters out this way too as well, so we can actually support the attack over here against Sining. We're making good headway. They can go north. It's very nice to destroy that unit. Quite happy that we did destroy it. Alright, ops mode. Set all to march. Yeah, close it in now. So we have this base over here. And see. Hami then, which is actually a nice sized airfield there. And then Urumqi there, where we do have more oil refinery and light industry. There's also the manpower there, which is quite nice. And then again, a good sized airfield there. A garrison requirement, but I'll leave the smaller tank unit then. Obviously, then we'll have forces sent out there to take Kashgar. But once Kashgar is gone, then after all these cities, that's effectively the end of Chinese control in the area. Yeah, no, I agree there, Mike. I mean, this is it. I can't really explain it. All I can really say is that he just may not be as interested in the ground game. Or he might be doing it as a... I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Okay, I'm looking forward to clearing that unit off the line there. How you doing there, Alo Schnackbar? Yes, Kashgar, sorry, is really at the extremity there of China. Taran Basin, interesting. I've seen that called the Taran Basin before, actually. I'm not too sure which is correct. I think it's the Taran Basin now. Maybe that's what it was known as then. Who knows? Or maybe like a translation. Right, I'm surprised we didn't take this base today, considering he had like no AV, but okay, we'll attack again. Should take it then tomorrow. So he has 2 units over here. What I might go ahead and do then is actually have the armored units go ahead and clear these out if I can. It'd be very nice to do that. I'm surprised he's allowed us to do this, frankly, because I mean that's ×3 terrain there. I mean, where we are now, it's clear, clear, clear. So I think what I might do is actually move these units in together once they are in position. So we attacked here again. There's quite a lot of disruption there. 16 still, okay. Maybe Vergi. Maybe Vergi. God, I can't speak right now. Maybe Vergi. Very difficult to say. It does bring the oil and refinery capacity up quite nicely. Quite happy about that. Yeah, we've captured a good deal of oil. Very nice. I'd like to get Christmas Island IO. Now, what we'll have to do then is I will look through for some AA, see what I can source it from, see where it needs to go. I didn't want to take Maguire today, but okay. 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 Can't speak. It's not a bad thing as well, because that gives us 98 refinery there, so that's 98 additional supply each turn, which is quite useful in that area. Just gives us more supply generation there. Yeah, no, China is quite nasty, especially all the ×3. I don't know, I think he's very deliberate. He deliberately allowed us to use the Kwantung army. He had no issues really going into China. It might be that he just accepted that China would inevitably fall, and I don't know, it's hard to say. It's honestly just, you could spend a long time talking about it, and I still don't think we'd have the right answer. I think we just have to ask him one day, and I feel like the answer might be just, well, it just took too much of my time. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, we were allowed to use the Kwantung in its full effect, which is nice. That obviously allowed us to do a lot there. Right. So, 2nd Division is now clear of the Philippine archipelago for the time being. Undetected, which is good. Being covered by thunderstorms is quite useful. Yeah. Right. Surprised the supply's not been unloaded there. I suppose it does take a fair while to unload. There's supply there and it will be unloaded shortly. Well, then again, no, these are APs. It may be that they just do not unload as quickly as AKs in ports like that. But there we go, we have them anyway. Right. Maybe so, maybe so. Right, loading assets. Infinite Monkey made a good point actually about Sawemba. Oh, sorry, Maningpo, however you want to pronounce that. As you can see, I was going to build this base up actually, but he did make a good point that this base is actually better protected. So we'll go ahead and build that one up to begin with. We'll go take a look at that in a second. Oh, there's a bad weather. Alright, let's see. Oh, wow. So there's a lot of ships out there. Wow. I-125. She's running low on torpedoes, but she still has that deck gun if she decides to bloody well use it. That's still a few torpedoes there. So the I-125... Sorry, the I-25. I suppose the I-125. No, it's actually the I-25, so I have to amend that title. Yes, the I-25 is having a really good day. She's having a really, really good time. That's very good. I wonder if that's improving their experience, actually. I'd have to take a look at what it was before and after. But they're doing pretty damn well. It's actually a fairly good sub-commander too there, 69. That's quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Aggressive too, so very good sub-commander. Very nice. So we might have a few more chances there to cause problems with his assets. Alright, so we've seen radio transmissions out of Sydney. Okay, so continues to try and hound us out this way. Right, so still seeing those assets there. We're at 96% here then, so that's quite good then. So Shortlands will be a level 1 airfield tomorrow, which is very nice. Raiders there could hinder convoys, require more warships escort than raid with CD. Yeah, that'd be nice. Something that we could potentially contemplate. Something like that would be really nice if we had more Tone class. It's probably in the manual. I just haven't read the manual really. I've read parts of it. Okay, so we unloaded half that fuel there into Rabal, which is nice. Ship experience, I think it is. Or do you mean experience in general there? Right, 97 over here, 54. So not far now, not far. Well, that's it, isn't it, really? I mean, it's nice to actually hit those ships. It'd be nice to hit the APs, but hitting a tanker would not be a bad thing. He could go ahead and split up the actual task force into multiple ones, but in fairness, everything we hit is still nice. I mean, the I-25 is really paying for herself right now. She's doing a damn good job. Right. Okay, they're going to arrive shortly. I can't remember where they came from, actually. So we do have some supply that's going to be arriving here shortly. There's 4,989 there. Oh, is it that task force? Right, okay. Fair enough. Right, okay. But we have 13,300 supply there. Some more supply coming down here then with the tanks, which is good. Let's see. And I'm loading a little bit more supply out here as well. Yeah. I mean, that's frankly enough. How much is aboard? 13.9. Don't want to load too much all at once, so they can set out a truck. Yeah, I just need to get it stocked up. There's going to be some can't speak. Some fuel heading out that way too. It's going to go on an oiler, so I can actually make use of the oiler then. It's not just sat there being useless. We still have plenty of fuel at truck. Like it says there's a, well, it says a 0 right now, but in reality that's not the case. There we are. Yeah. So you can see we have all these oilers over here that are actually stocked up with fuel. A lot of them are actually full up, which is quite useful to have them there. We can still obviously refuel, but it means that our fuel can be moved out at a moment's notice, which is very useful. Right, so see 9 out of 10 still. An AP there, still seeing the 5 units. Okay. Sending subs out this way to patrol around here. I'm not seeing mines. I mean, we do have our own mines. It's fairly lucky then, it just avoids them. Okay. Well, it's better to see if there's no detection out here now. Okay. Right, shifting resources there. So we do have assets beginning to flow along this road now. Ah, there we go. We have 5.6k supply moving into the base over here at Naga, which is good. It'll finally bloody give us what we need here to actually get the base built up. There's no supply here right now, which is a bit of a bloody problem. But that'll arrive next turn. It's been a real bloody annoyance there, Lucina. I think we have the artillery heading south now. Yeah, that artillery's heading south. Should be some tanks actually. I forgot about the tanks, didn't I? Let's see. Yeah, second tank regiment there. Okay, they can head down there to Lucina too. Where's the Aussie troops near Bal? They're still there. We're just not seeing them here today. In the Philippines, there's garrisons on these islands out here. We have this garrison over here at Tacloban, which I'll take in the near future. Yeah, so just these islands over here, really. These islands, and then Mindanao. The majority of his actual forces are concentrated over here, however. Oh, that's where the tanker was then. Yeah, not much, not much. Ah, look. Good. Okay, so they arrived in Canton. Quite happy about that. Now then. I'm going to have them sent down there to Manila. Though actually saying that, I think I'm going to have them sent to Tokyo, actually. I could do with ships like that. Well, they don't have to go to Tokyo, in fairness. Though, Tokyo's not too bad. So I can likely have supplies sent from Tokyo or Osaka. Choose one of them, either or. Okay. So over here at Singapore, then we do have ships undergoing upgrades right now. So let's see. Yeah, here we are. So they're going to be out for about 20 or so days there, but they're upgrading to the Fubuki 2s, which are great. They should have been doing that a while ago. Right there. Okay. So far undetected, which is really nice. What will you transfer from the Philippines once it's taken? Where will you transfer them to? That's a good question. Well, what we need to do is obviously sort out the garrisons. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can I'm going to have to use amphibious means to split those naval guard units and just spread out the garrisons there. Need to garrison Cagayan. Zamboanga's a bit of a bloody pain, but we've already got that sorted. But I'll take half of that, or as much as I can, and spread it elsewhere. Davao. Yeah, so there's only, what is that, only another 40 AV there? Oh, sorry, it's 60 AV. So if I could split a Naval Guard unit into 3, that'd be brilliant news. And I can have them all garrison there. Obviously need to garrison other bases here. But as far as it goes, the divisions will head elsewhere. We do have 2nd Division over here now, which was originally going to head down here to Mindanao. But is instead moving elsewhere. It's gonna, if we don't need it for Wake, it'll be turned around and sent back, likely to Mindanao. Or if it gets close enough to this area, then I'll probably have it sent to deal with Port Moresby. Having a division is not a bad thing, really. If it's in the area, we can use that. Just make, well, just be quite sure that we do take the base out of Moresby. I do need to go ahead and take every single little bloody base in that area, so can't retreat. We entirely want to capture New Guinea. Not too far from that. That's taken a very long time to unload there for some reason. No, it will be interesting to see what happens tomorrow then. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. It'd be nice if we could actually hit some of those cruisers. It's not going to likely happen, but it'd be nice to see it happen. So he's going to go over a number of different subs there, at least once or twice. So we'll hope for the best there. Right, so our AKLs are moving north there to take that aviation koi to Tangi. I do hope it actually arrives intact. But once that's established out here, then we'll be able to use that then. Have that little bit of an aviation koi there. That allows us to actually use the E13A1s quite nicely. Okay. Right. 61st. Well, they're fine. They can remain loaded. So cancel the unloading. Do not unload. Okay. So we have them there. DMSs. Right, okay, here we are. So they offloaded the 61st Naval Guard there. Very handy, very, very handy. Right, I'm actually going to disband after the time being. Okay. Yeah. Well, he's using a fair amount of mines there. It's a fair old amount of mines. And it's actually not something you do lightly. Sorry, it's not something you do lightly. And have to double check to see what you actually do require to load said mines on submarines. I think you need like a certain requirement in terms of like port size, etc. So it would actually give us an indication of where he's having to come from. I can't recall how large a port you need. It could be that they came from Pearl Harbor, it could be that they came from maybe Midway. Maybe elsewhere. But it's a very deliberate move. And the good news is, well, we just had the DMSs on station, which was really excellent. Speaking of DMSs... yes, it's not yet at sea, but it will be shortly. I'm having W10 worked up. She's going to go over to Manila. Limp her into Manila. So we're going to have her repaired. And then at least we can actually avoid the total loss of a second DMS there. We had one go down. I'm quite happy that we managed to at least save the second one for the time being. But getting her into Manila so she can actually go into the shipyards would be great news. You can actually properly repair. And we'll have her upgraded then likely while she is there if it's actually a worthwhile upgrade. See you later there, G. Have a good one, my friend. See you later, my man. Okay. So we're looking at a small unit there, 6,900 menish, 13 guns. They're going to be somewhat outgunned pretty shortly, actually. Yeah. Look at only 3,600 men there too. The good news is we'll be able to move along here pretty quickly. I'll have to leave behind that mixed regiment. What I might be able to do then is actually, when we do take the other bases, is maybe just fly elements of that regiment out just to act as the actual garrison. I mean, that'd be really nice, just to like try and yeah, just try and spread that AV out so we can garrison multiple bases. Obviously, having Chinese units comes in really handy because they can do that job quite nicely. You just don't need a lot of AV, but you just need to have it there, and that's not always easy. Okay. I would love... Well, I mean, this is it. It's a very interesting story when it comes to Changsha. How many men does he have there? So he has 10 units there. I don't have any reconnaissance on it right now other than just the men in there, so I don't know what the numbers are. I can't imagine it's too long before we do take Changsha, but he's in a difficult spot right now because he has, let's see, 1 unit there, 1 unit there. I don't know how many units he has over here at Hengyang, but I can't imagine he has a huge amount of units. He's got 4 here. There's obviously 1 there that'll be attacked and ideally destroyed, and then we see another 7 here. So that's quite a few units, and obviously then you see that he has 15 here, there's another 3 here, 1 and 1. He doesn't actually have that much in the rear area. 1 unit there, 4 units there, 3 here, and 3 here. There's not that much. Those divisions will certainly cause him problems, and the good news is we can make some pretty speedy progress there. If we could take these bases and march up to Kueyang, that'd be quite nice. The difficult part is the garrison, so we're going to have to try and manage that as best we can. I do have paratroopers which I may potentially use just to act as a... I don't think I'll use the paratroopers as such like that, but they could be potentially used in an emergency, I suppose you could say. But very unlikely to be used. Instead, we'll probably just have them flown in from units that are in the area, just move them from base to base. Something of that nature. Okay. Yeah. We're looking pretty good. We'll soon be pushing on this area here, which is very nice. It would have been nice to have got there before the armoured regiment arrived. But frankly, he sent that armoured regiment into a place where it can cause problems. It can cause a delay, but really, what's he going to do with it? I'd love to bomb it, frankly. I really would love to bomb it, but I can't be certain that he can't. And I think he might be capping it. We have seen hurricanes being lost to ops losses, and that may very well be that they are flying out long-range cap, but not necessarily so. So the distance from Chittagong to Magway is 6, which he can sweep with the hurricanes, which doesn't make it easy on us, so it's an interesting one. But if he doesn't have bombers, then he can't really cause particular damage to the facilities there. If he comes in too low, then he can be hit by actual low-level flak, well, low-level AAMGs. Likelihood is we just put key 43s over there, just really hope for the best as far as it goes. But we'll see. And we're doing pretty well. I mean, we captured that practically intact. I might as well just call it intact. I mean, that's like 6k supply to repair it, okay. I might go ahead and just repair the refineries too, perhaps. Though saying that, I don't know. Probably not worthwhile to repair the refineries. I don't need any more refinery capacity, so I could just leave it as is, really, and that's still good for us. It's good to have an additional that additional supply generation. Let's see then. Check on the R&D. So yeah, it looks like they're making progress, which is good. 15 days, 16. Close it in. 54% here on the 868s. I'm very much looking forward to the Yamleys. I'm very much looking forward to them. They're going to be quite cool. Right, key 48, sorry, key 44 2A. It's making progress. Arrives September time. Yeah, Nick's not too far there. We'll have a good deal of production of the key 45. Nick, looking very much forward to having that bad boy. Helen's looking good, 58% there. It arrives soon enough. I mean, the key 49 2A Helen arrives in September 42 anyway. So it's only 6 months away from now. We might advance it maybe by a month, 2 months, maybe 3. Depends really. 3, yeah, we'll advance it, yeah. We'll advance it a bit, yeah. Right, the key A freeze. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so still looking at 7 4s and then a solitary 5. But it's still good. Still making our progress. Obviously that arrives quite later on. But any bit of progress now is good. Armament continues to decrease there. I'm going to have to restart armament production, but I don't have to do it immediately. We do have a good deal of armament production when we do decide to actually turn it on. While we're not using it, I'm obviously banking that heavy industry there. Right, now with shipyard production, so you can see we have 50 points actually in the pool now. So it's increasing. A little bit at a time. Right, so we'll have some sub-chasers tomorrow, which is quite nice. I do like those. I really do like these AMCs. They're great. Right, okay. Akizuki. Yeah, she's a very nice looking destroyer. Very nice. With the Type 2 depth charge, which I think is our best depth charge. So looking forward to that. We're about 57 days out from Yunyo. Yamato is 82 days out now. Looking forward to having a Yamato. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do with the Yamato. I was looking forward to how we can use her. An interesting usage would be to have her, for example, just stationed out here at Rabal once we do have the auxiliary pairs, have her capped with fighters, and then essentially what happens then, if he does decide to actually come into the port of Rabal there to cause any problems with like a surface force or anything of that nature, they're greeted by the Yamato, and well, she's not wasting much in the way of fuel, if any, really. And she can be rearmed, and yeah, she just continues to kick ass and take names and function as the most heavily armoured hotel, really, afloat. Not many hotels can say that. Passenger liners, on the other hand, might have something to say, but they're not as heavily armoured nor armed. Right, okay, so Prime Machinero's supply problem has been sorted. I'll continue to build up there. Yeah, it's looking good. Not too far away from our level 4 airfield, which should be great for us. I'm going to continue to build up this area too. That's a fair old whack of fuel and supply there at Todofu. I didn't realise there was that much there. Wow. Okay, well, there's no problems there on supply. No problems there on fuel either, so that's quite great. That would be a very nice little patrol base then, really. And I said little, it's got a size 3 port. It's a freaking nice base. Nice. Nice. They built up sooner or later, which is good. Little by little. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. The only thing that really went badly today was obviously the casualties over there. North of Hankau, but that's not bad. Making that progress where we need it. And I'm happy about that. So I'll have a few attacks chalked up tomorrow. What's that terrain there? That terrain's wooded rough, so that's good news. So he's going to have a tough time there. But what I'm going to do then... 40. It has to be a bloody awkward number, doesn't it? Awkward. Does this base need a garrison? It does not. Secondary road. It's mountains, so it's not worth abandoning it because it'd be much harder to take it back then. But yeah, we're looking good. Units are moving out this way towards Hame. Yeah, closing in. So, we're looking nice. The only difficulty in northern China is the call out here to Sining. We have these units over here which will attack. I mean, granted, it's entire street terrain, so it's not going to be a bloody easy thing. But what I could do is essentially just destroy him over time, really. It's not like he's going to have much in the way of... He's got the light industry and bloody resources, so he can produce a decent bit of supply there, about 21 supply, but that's still not a huge deal of supply there. But he's cut off. They're essentially fighting a battle for their own survival in this short future then. It's looking good. We're not too far from really crossing over Erkkijuusto. It's a little bit slower, but I don't particularly mind that. Making good progress nonetheless. I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. Alright. All the while, they continue to gain additional preparation. Every day they get another point of preparation, which means another day. Well, another plus there for them, which is not bad at all. We're going to have the divisions go across first, and then I'm going to have it so that the HQs and artillery arrive the day after if I can manage it. And the reason for that is, well, units when they do have, well, when they cross like that, the enemy does get the ability to attack. So I'd rather not have them actually attack our artillery, really. There we go. So, I'm going to go ahead and call it here for tonight. Thank you very much for watching there, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have enjoyed this, then please do consider supporting myself as a content creator. Hello there, Just. It's good to have you, my friend. Just as I'm about to leave, but it's great to have you back. But indeed, if you guys have enjoyed this, please do consider supporting myself as a content creator in this trying time. But of course, don't feel that you have to, only if you want to. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and follow myself here on Twitch and on YouTube at XTRG. And until next time, thank you for watching. Until the further adventures of the I-25 and not the I-125. She's got quite a few assets there to chase down, but we'll see. So, goodbye for now. Have a great evening. I will see you in the future.